Okay, we've talked about cars. Now we move on to applications or shopping applications. Okay, Shopee, better known for their shopping platform, and it's funny because I just got off a flight. I came from a flight, right? And like when you land, you will turn on your
Phone.
you turn off your airplane mode, right?
Yeah.
And then you start hearing in the plane like ping 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 and all that, right? It was funny because when I landed in Kuala Lumpur and people start turning off their airplane modes, the first notification I heard was Shopee. Now, speaking of Shopee, Shopee is now offering loans. What is going on there? What's the lowdown?
Yeah, so we've been tipped about this new feature. So Shopee has
intriguing.
So Shopee has rolled out a feature called SLoan, basically Shopee loan lah. So it's somewhat similar to SPayLater. So SPayLater is like a buy now pay later. You buy stuff and you can pay it the following month. But this is an actual outright loan, and in terms of interest, they're quite similar as well. They're charging 1.5% per month or 18% per annum. So it's kind of like credit card kind of charges, or actually higher right now. And from the screenshots, it looks like they're offering cash loan up to 100,000 ringgit. And besides having the cash inside your e-wallet, you also can choose to withdraw out to your bank account. And if you want to withdraw to the bank account, there's additional charges as well. So they charge 5 ringgit per loan withdrawal out. And the interest is calculated, on a monthly basis. And if you default on the payment, obviously there will be penalty charges. They charge 8% per annum on overdue monthly installment, and it's calculated on a daily basis. So,
wow, you're screwed, man. 8% per annum calculated on a daily basis.
Yes, correct. So let's say, for example, this calculation here. If let's say your repayment amount is 3,000 ringgit and you're overdue by 10 days, the late penalty would be...
No, you mean not default. You mean if you pay late.
Yes, overdue. So the longer you delay, the more interest is going to occur for the overdue fee.
Yo, this is not slow. This is slow along.
Something like
that.
It's like authorized, got license lah. And then so let's say 3,000 ringgit, right? If you overdue by 10 days, that penalty is at 6 ringgit and 58 cents.
That's crazy, man.
Days,
hey, is this regulated? So I know that Bank Negara has like a digital license. They issue licenses for digital wallets and stuff like that. So that's why people like Touch and Go and all, if you are creating an e-wallet, you need an e-wallet license, and that entails a few things. And for you to also provide soft loans, so SPayLater is not considered a loan because it's credit, so it's different because you buy something and then you pay for that, right? So it's different. SLoan is very borderline money lending. Actually, it is actually money lending.
Yep, correct.
So is it regulated? Because this is worse than banks, man.
Well, they are licensed because
they are licensed to money lend.
Because they are powered by C Money, SEA, because Shopee is under C Group anyway, so they have the license, and they're also one of the recipients of the digital banks as well. So they have the license to operate as a digital financial solutions provider.
And being regulated does not entail how much money you can extract from your customers. That means they can charge as much as they want in terms of interest and penalties.
Well, I think for this personal loan, there's something that I'm not very familiar with, but I feel that the banks have their own leeway. At the end of the day, it depends on market forces. You choose the plan that has the competitive rates.
I think you can't say that, because I think we discussed about like how micro loans are dangerous because the barrier of entry is lower. It's much easier for you to get the money, but it's very difficult for you to pay the money. And with interest like this, if you skip a payment, right, you're screwed, man. You're in debt for life.
This is somewhat similar to like those credit companies that's non-bank. They also have the from what I know is that the rates are higher than normal banks.
In my opinion, I think it's dangerous, even if you have options, because the money is just there, and people who don't have good
credit standing or that.
Not good credit standing, but they don't have good education in terms of managing funds, having access to easy money up to 100,000 ringgit is crazy dangerous.
Of course, the approval amount depends on your eligibility. So the 100,000 is basically, they didn't mention it black and white. This is what we've seen from the screenshots. So it shows it up to 100,000 ringgit. But of course, the loan amount, it depends on your qualifications as well.
Remember, I started the segment by saying that, the first thing that I hear when I landed was the notification Shopee, right? You know how they can gamify everything, right? And for me, it's dangerous because they can like hide this or disguise this as a game in a way that apply for the SLoan now and get up to 50,000 ringgit, but only for this period.
Yep.
And it's the interest is like super low for this period.
Yep.
And because you want to get it now, you don't actually read
twice,
the proper terms and conditions. It's like, okay, 50K, I can pay 50K, not a problem. You just take it.
Yep.
And then you realize, this interest rate is only for 1 week.
Yep.
And then you're screwed.
Yep.
Is it already available or what?
Only for selected users, so I don't have it yet. So depends, because it's been rolled out in other countries. From what I checked, it's available in Philippines for a couple of years now. So this is the first time in Malaysia, but it's only for selected users.
I wonder how they select the users.
I don't know, but for me, is 18% is quite high. You want to really get a loan, it's much cheaper to get from banks.
I tell you who the selected users are. Okay, in banks, right, the selected users, the preferential users are the ones that they know that in the bank they have more than 1 million ringgit. Because they know they can see that. And from that data, they can say, okay, this guy can afford the loans, can afford the expensive credit cards, blah, 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 blah. With Shopee, I think it's the other way around. It's the people who spend a lot. They will have like an algorithm where they go like, okay, this person is just at this borderline where he can just barely make up with the SPA payments, but he's paying it. I think we can give him credit because he has this from his payment record or from his SPA record, he has the ability, not ability, he has this habit of just borrowing and paying just in time.
From what I've seen, the loan has fixed terms, so like 3, 6, and 12 months. So it's a fixed term lah.
There is fixed terms, but what I think they have come down to the algorithm where they have data where the data can already predict the spending psychology of a person. And
of course, for them, right, I was like for any company they want to earn from interest, right? You don't want to target people who can pay off everything fully.
Yeah,
you want to pay enough to pay service the interest. And complete payment. Those who can pay full, I don't want you.
Yeah,
I'm not earning a single cent.
Exactly, because let's say if I only have X number of money to lend, right? So let's say I have 100,000 for the sake of mathematics, right? I can give it to you, and you can pay me back in 5 months. I don't earn anything, and you pay on time, whatever. I don't earn anything. So my 100,000 cash that I can lend to maybe 5, 10 people for 10,000 ringgit each, that I can make more from them. I'm losing from you.
Yeah, I better go for the post who can go higher amount and then longer tenures
and probably skip some payments.
Yep.